Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Davis, we've heard from you today and from others that Facebook contests the Wall Street Journal's reporting on internal research rather than argue details. I have a simple question. Yes or no, does Facebook have internal research indicating that Instagram harms teens, particularly harming perceptions of body image, which disproportionately affects girls?
Senator, we have released the two studies in relation to this. What our research showed was that for people who are struggling with these issues, that actually more of them found their engagement on Instagram helpful than harmful. And in fact, of the 12 issues that we looked at, 11 of those were the case for young girls, and 12 of 12 for teen boys.
So one of the challenges that I'm facing here, Ms. Davis, is that there's two sides to this story. The problem is Facebook is telling both sides. You're saying your own internal research is misleading and taken out of context. So please help us get to the bottom of this. Yes or no, will Facebook release the basis of the research, the data set minus any personally identifiable information to allow for independent analysis?
Senator, we've already released two of the primary pieces of research. We are actually looking to release additional research and to create greater transparency. We're also quite invested in giving external researchers an opportunity to look at to access data in a way that's privacy protective. In addition, we fund and research external independent research through grants.
Ms. Davis, I apologize. I don't have a lot of time. If you could please give me a yes or no to this question, and it's either yes or it's no. Will Facebook release the basis of the research, the data set, minus any personally identifiable information to allow for independent analysis?
We're looking to release more of that research.
That sounds like a yes. Am I incorrect?
To do it, we have privacy obligations, but we're looking to provide greater transparency.
Again, that's why I'm trying to be clear here, Ms. Davis. I'm asking for you to release the data minus any personally identifiable information. And if I'm incorrect with your answer being interpreted as yes, please correct me.
Respectfully, Senator, I want to be really clear.
So that sounds like a no. There's no reason. I'm just yes or no. And if the answer is not yes, then it's no. On April 11, 2018, I asked Mr. Zuckerberg if Facebook creates shadow profiles for non-users that utilize the site without logging on or officially creating an account. Despite ongoing and public reporting on this issue, in response, Mr. Zuckerberg claimed that he had never heard the term, quote, shadow profile. Ms. Davis, now in the context of today's discussion, I'll ask a slightly different question. Yes or no, does Facebook or Instagram collect personally identifiable information specific to individual children under the age of 13 without the consent of those children's parents or guardians?
Senator, children under the age of 13 are not allowed on Instagram or Facebook.
Does Facebook or Instagram collect personally identifiable information specific to individual children under the age of 13? Is your answer no?
Respectfully, Senator, we do not allow children under the age of 13 onto
That's not the question that I'm asking.
The
question I'm asking, in the same way that I asked Mr. Zuckerberg on April 11th about the collection of this information, does Facebook or Instagram collect personally identifiable information specific to individual children under the age of 13 without the consent of those parents or guardians? If the answer is no, that's sufficient.
Senator, it would be my understanding that we don't, since we don't allow them on our apps.
I appreciate that. I understand that the algorithms underpinning content moderation and recommendations on Facebook and Instagram change on a regular basis. Ms. Davis, yes or no? In preparation of changes to existing algorithms, has Facebook ever first tested potential impacts of those changes before they are rolled out broadly?
This is not my area of expertise. I know that we do testing to understand the impact of changes, but I can't speak specifically to this one.
Publicly, Facebook has said they do that. Yes or no, has Facebook ever tested whether a change in its platform will later increase growth in users or growth in revenue?
Sorry, Senator, would you mind to repeat the question? Your voice sped up weirdly.
Has Facebook ever tested whether a change to its platform would later increase growth in users or growth in revenue?
Respectfully, Senator, this is not my particular area of expertise. I can certainly take the question back to the team, but I'm sure that we think about our business issues of those kind.
Facebook has said publicly they do. Yes or no, has Facebook ever tested whether a change to its platform increases an individual or a group of users' propensity to post violent or hateful language?
Again, Senator, this is not my area of expertise, but I'd be happy to take your questions back to the right team and get you answers.
And Mr. Chairman, I think with that last question, we might get more responses to that one next week. Yes or no, has Facebook ever tested whether a change to its platform makes an individual or a group of users more likely to consider self-harm?
Actually, the research that has been released and has been reported on looks at whether a young person thinks that their first thoughts of suicide occurred on our platform, and while the numbers there show about 0.5%, about 0.5% do, that's one too many. As someone who had a brother who died by suicide, as well as a very close college friend, if there's one person on our platform who attributes their suicidal ideation to our platform, that's one too many, and we care deeply about it. And we've built product changes to address that. So we have a suicide prevention reporting flow where you can actually connect with a crisis counselor right from that reporting flow. Family members who report something can actually connect with the person immediately, because our experts have told us that when they connect with that person, that's one of the best ways to prevent suicide. We take this issue very seriously, and we're the industry leader when it comes to addressing suicide content on our platform.
And my final question, Mr. Chairman, yes or no, has Facebook ever found a change to its platform would potentially inflict harm on users, but move forward because the change would also grow users or increase revenue?
Has not been my experience at all at Facebook. We care deeply about the safety and security of the people on our platform. We've invested $12 billion in it. We have thousands and thousands of people working on this issue. That's just not how we would approach it.
Now, Mr. Chairman, I hope that the answer to the very first question that I asked will be a profound yes. The one area that Facebook can make structural changes here is by simply making research public by default, allow real independent oversight. And I look forward to that information being given to the committee. If not, I look forward to requesting it formally. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thanks, Senator Lujan.